Hey guys, Vinny Ray of 11 here, and I'm coming to you right a few hours before the women perform. So, as you know, last night the men and women got switched up because bow-er-sox is sticky sad. Apparently it's complications due to type 1 diabetes, which I'm really sad to hear that about her. And I just read probably about an hour and a half ago that if she can't perform tonight, then they might have to DQ her, which would be awful because she is one of the very few contestants that I'm really liking this season. So here's to hoping that she can perform tonight, and because, you know, to me she does seem like somebody who, you know, would perform no matter what. So I'm counting on her performing, but I'm expecting anything. Alright, anyway, to the topic of the day, men's top 10. What'd y'all think? I definitely thought it was a huge improvement over last week, definitely. And there were definitely a couple of surprises, like Alex Lambert. Who knew? I thought he was pretty good. And so I'm going to go from who I thought was the best to the worst. The best of the night was, I think, probably Alex, Lee, and maybe Mike. I thought Lee's version of Lips of an Angel was very good. Even though I wish that you hadn't sing that song, because singing a song about cheating is not a good way to endear yourself to your female fans. But, yeah, it's okay. But he sang it fine. I really like his gravelly tone. I like it. He does need to work on the pitch problems, though. I think that if he can get over the pitch problems, he'll be great. Alex, I think, was definitely the surprise of the night. You know, his version of that John Legend song was very good. So he was definitely a surprise of the night. He definitely seemed to gain a little bit more confidence, and he does seem a little bit more comfortable around, you know, with the guitar. And so, big up. And then Mike Lynch was pretty good. He definitely gave his best vocal last night with that James Brown song. You know, my only criticism is that I wish that he would have added a little bit more oomph into it. You know, added a little bit more soul into it. Because, you know, James Brown is the godfather of soul. He needed to inject a little bit more soul into it, I thought. Push it a little further. But, you know, he did well with what he could. So, yeah, for the Idol small stage, that was fine. That was perfectly acceptable. So, some of the mid-pack players I thought were Aaron. You know, I'm sorry, but whenever somebody says that they're gonna sing The Temptations' My Girl, it conjures up really awful images of John Stevens singing that song. But I must admit, Aaron Kelly's was a hell of a lot better than that. And so, my only criticism is that I wish that he would have done something like he did last week, which is something a little bit more current. But that's okay. Moving on. Casey, I think, slipped a couple matches for me last night. But, you know, that's not because his guitar playing is not awesome, because he's definitely a lot better of a guitar player than I am. But he's he's a really awesome guitarist, but he needs to work on the vocals a little bit. You know, make them mesh, I think. Let's think. John, I thought, definitely had an improved performance over last week. Hell, anything would have been better than what he did last week. I give him props for picking a song that's a little bit more current, but I still don't think he's quite there yet. I don't think he's quite yet choosing the right song. He needs to pick something that can really
showcase his awesome baritone, or as Shania Twain would say, his tone down below. Anyway, he definitely improved over last week, definitely. But my fear is that people aren't going to vote for him because the judges keep saying, "Oh, you keep picking the wrong song. You're getting this all wrong." Blah 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 blah. So hopefully, cross fingers, he'll survive. Because I think that if he went a little bit more of an R&B route, he'd be better off. So, yeah. Anyway, one of the more mid-pack players was Andrew Garcia. He is not doing well. And I can kind of understand why. Your whole taking a song and rearranging it into a mid-tempo whatever is gonna grow real old real fast. And if you want to really focus on what works and what not, and what doesn't, look at past contestants. Look at David Cook. Look at Chris Allen. Look at Adam Lambert, if you dare. If you're gonna look at Adam Lambert's rearrangements, please do not even consider doing what he did to Ring of Fire. Thank you. Take a look at Allison even, to what she did to Hot Stuff. Take a look at Jason Castro. Take a look at Carly Smithson. Take a look at people who rearranged songs and made it work. And also, I do think that rearranging songs goes along with a little bit of prudence as well. But that's another topic for another day. Going on to his actual performance, I thought it was fine. Again, it was like, just when I thought that I didn't know the James Morrison songbook, turns out I actually do know more than I thought I did. So, there you go. See, more mid-pack players. I think that, let's see, anyone else? Tim Urban. I think Tim needs to recognize the fact that he is a very, very, very limited singer. Meaning, he can barely sing at all. I'm glad that he didn't try the falsettos on Matt Nathanson's Come On Get Higher. I'm glad he didn't try that, because it would have sounded heinous. So, it was definitely an improvement over last week, but, I'm still not wanting him around. Let's see, the people who I think should go home, one of them is definitely Jermaine. I did not like what he did to What's Going On at all, because I think that when Chris Allen did it last season, he did it, and he had a moment with it. Even though the judges called it too small for the room, I still think he had a moment with it, because it clearly pleased the room. Anyway, different topic, different day. And if Jermaine does not get eliminated for simply the fact that he can't sing, he'll probably get eliminated for the fact that he has a really, really stank attitude. So, yeah. And there's Todrick Hall, who really cannot comprehend rearrangements. There are some songs out there that do not call for rearranging. And what I think the judges are really failing to tell him is that when you rearrange a song, you need to think about what it'll do in terms of the song. And if you do that, if you really look at the song, you will recognize that not every single song needs to be switched up. And that said, though, I do think that he sang that Tina Turner song a hell of a lot better than Lil Rounds did. And so, but then again, who couldn't? So, I'm going to be checking my notes, see if there's anything